Sorry, let's continue. Let's continue, okay? In my vlog, I want you to understand this, okay? I want you to understand this in my vlog. The reason why they talk shit all day, they talk all the bad things about Duterte, Duterte this, Duterte that, Duterte do, Duterte that, Duterte this, and there, that, when, how, where. You know, all this shit that J. Ruiz and Undersecretary Claire Castro is doing is just throwing shit so that they can look clean. Because we all know that the Drug Addict Administration had done nothing for the past 3 years but throw shit to Duterte. But we all know the truth, right? We all know the truth, right? We all know the truth. Duterte administration is the only administration that cared about this country, cared about the Filipino people. You, my Filipino friends, you felt that under Duterte administration. You felt under his administration that these corrupt officials went into diet. Because a lot of them went to jail, or not jail, or directly to hell. You know that, right? We all know that the reason why, we all know that the reason why, okay, we all know that the reason why they are placed in the Presidential Communication Office is that they are in cahoots with the Marcos administration. They are allies. Do not forget, Claire Castro is a Dilawan. In your Filipino language, that is called Dilawan. Dilawan. That is called a yellow turd. A yellow turd. When we say yellow turd politically, that is Cory Aquino, Noynoy Aquino, Bam Aquino. Do not forget, Claire Castro is a Dilawan. J. Ruiz is also a Dilawan. And these Dilawans, they have a common denominator. They are anti-Duterte. And so the Marcos administration placed them there because they are partially in ally with the Marcos administration. That's why you can obviously see that the only thing they did was throw shit at Duterte. Okay? As for the Filipino people of all walks of life, as for you, my Filipino friends, you have a right to know. You have a right to know. Well, J. Ruiz, did you know that J. Ruiz, okay, J. Ruiz, a news anchor from ABS-CBN, is obviously an anti-Duterte. Just like any employee or staff from those mainstream medias. Mainstream medias doesn't like Dutertes because the Dutertes are anti-corrupt. Okay? And, okay. 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 Hold on. And I hate to say this, but Claire Castro is the same breed as Gadon. Stupid idiot. I'm sorry, but I have to say those words, okay? Claire Castro is the same breed as Gadon. Stupid idiot. That's why he was disbarred 2 times, okay? That's why he was absorbed by the Drug Addict Administration because the Drug Addict Administration wants stupid people. The Drug Addict Administration under this drug addict couple doesn't like smart people. doesn't like people who are responsible. They do not like people who cared about this country. The only thing this administration cares about, they absorb people who doesn't care about this country but themselves. That is a cold, hard fact about this administration. Okay? Let's just say this way. Okay? Now, for the second topic, the Bureau of Immigration. We all know a lot of shit about the immigration. We all know a lot of shit from tanimbala to everything else. In the airport, to the streets, to the office. We all know that the tanimbala and the Bureau of Immigration had a lot of shit. Do you know that the Bureau of Immigration is one of the most corrupt departments in the Philippine government? Do you know that the Bureau of Immigration, along with the Department of Justice, right now in this administration, is one of the most corrupt? Do you know they eat money of foreigners? They eat money. They eat like shit. They eat like Satan. Do you know that? The Department of Justice and the the Bureau of Immigration is doing a lot of unpleasant things right now, especially in our airports, in our ports. You know, those corrupt ways that we have seen in the Nonoy administration, the Gloria Arroyo administration, and in those previous administrations like Cory Aquino. But this is much worse. I will tell you. This is much worse than the previous years that I have seen. In my entire 40 plus years of my life, this is the worst that I have seen. Much worse than the yellows in the government. Much worse. This is one of the most evil administration that I have ever seen. The most evil and the longest horns I have ever seen. If the yellows have horns as long as a carabao, this is longer than a carabao. Their tails are much longer than a lizard, a Komodo dragon in Indonesia. Much longer than a crocodile. This administration's tail is much longer than a crocodile. I will tell you, this is much, much worse than the yellows that I have seen from 1986 to 2015. The worst, much worse than the yellows. At least during the yellows, there's still some sense. But when it comes to this administration, everything is nonsense. At least the yellows had done one good thing out of 9 evil. One good thing out of 9 evil. That's the yellows. But this administration is 10 evils, 0 good. Much worse than the yellows. And this is much the exact opposite of what Duterte did during his administration from 2016 to 2022. That is the sad part and the hardest truth that we need to accept. This is the opposite. Okay? And I will tell you, there are a lot of unreported incidents in the Bureau of Immigration. There corruption, how they eat money like shit, like Satan. There's so many of them in the Bureau of Immigration. Trust me. Right now, under the Marcos administration, it's not worth investing in the Philippines. Because the Bureau of Immigration and everyone in the government is much worse than Satan himself. This administration, the Drug Addict Administration, is the greatest mistake the Filipino people have ever made. Let's admit it, okay? Let's not deny our mistake. Your mistake, our mistake, Inday Duterte's mistake. Let's not deny it, okay? Let's just face the truth, face the consequences of our actions, and do something about it to correct it. Okay? This administration is really the biggest mistake we ever committed in the entire history of the Republic of the Philippines. We have regretted voting for a drug addict. Let's just admit it. Okay? So for those who are new in my channel, who knew or who had been watching my vlog, kindly like, subscribe, and share my vlogs. Follow also those vloggers, other vloggers who are supporting the Dutertes, like Banateros Brothers, like Coach Oli, Boss Dada, Gueverra, Banat Bay, paring whatever TV is that, okay, Third Floor Studios, Maharlika, Brothers Travelers, VMR, PH Update, Bistak Pilipinas, Pambansang Loyal, and many others, okay? And I hope you have learned a lot from my video today. Okay? I'm trying my best to explain to you in layman's terms and to make you understand what the mainstream media is refusing to make you understand. So, as a vlogger, as a small vlogger, and big time vloggers like Boss Dada, we are trying our best in layman's terms to explain to you what is actually happening in ground zero, what the mainstream media doesn't want you to understand, what the mainstream media just want you to believe. What we are telling you is the hard truth of what is happening in the Philippines right now. Okay? So I hope that you have understand and you have enjoyed my vlog, and thank you so much for the time watching, and I'll see you in the next vlog.